I spent so much of my life looking for happiness, searching for this one thing that was going to make me happy. And I often tell a story of when I was 6 or 7, and I learned to ride a bike. I couldn't think of nothing else but learning to ride that bike. And I would push the bike up a little bank at my nan's place, sit on it, and I would run it down. And slowly I could get further and further on this bike. And it was great. And eventually I could ride all the way around the bungalow and I could pedal. And I thought my life was going to be sorted when I could ride this bike. And then other stuff happens and you then want all the different things. I couldn't wait to get to secondary school. I couldn't wait to have a partner. I couldn't wait to drive, couldn't wait to drink alcohol legally. And all these things, I just couldn't wait to be happy. And you can hear Bounty wandering around. So I spent so much of my life looking for this elusive happiness. And here I am now 42 years later, found it. And it was right there all the time. And it's what they call in the Zen world, the gateless gate. And I don't want to go all deep into the Zen traditions and things like that. But it's this place where once we're trying to get there, we're trying to get through the gate and we're trying to work our life towards it by either winning the lottery, working harder, buying the stuff. When the kids leave school, we'll have more time, things like that. We're doing all these different things to get to this elusive place, to get through this happiness gate. And at some point, we recognize the gate's like a rainbow. We can see it. It's over there, but we can never get to it. That's what happiness is like for many, many, many people. For virtually everybody I know, and including myself. So how can we never get to it? Well, because happiness is already inside of us right there. When we were born, we were already happy. We didn't want anything the moment we were born. Yes, so we're looking towards this rainbow. We want this elusive rainbow of happiness. And we always think it's there. It's just around the corner. It's just when I get my car fixed. It's just when I've got a spare bit of money, when I've paid my bills. And we quickly realize that all of these things come and go, and we're still looking for this happiness. So I wrote an article today about the happiness line. And what is this happiness line? Well, this happiness line is where we're normally to all the time. Not above it or below it. It's just the normal part of life. And a good story that illustrates this is a guy in his early 50s was sat at home and he got a phone call early evening from the local hospital and answering the phone. And he was asked to come in immediately the next day because his test results had shown something quite serious. So I get put off so easy. So he goes into hospital the next day to find out what his test results meant. He was told it was something serious and he had 10 years if everything went well, but he had a degenerative disease. He never knew anything about it. He just went in for a routine blood examination a few months before. So they spoke to the consultants, they spoke to all the things, and they found out there's not really a lot they can do, and it was just going to get worse and worse. So he went out back in the car, and he was sitting there, and he was bawling his eyes out. He was really, really quiet, upset, thinking, how is he going to tell his family? How is he going to tell his partner? How is he going to live? And what's he going to be like in a few years' time? Suddenly, all his life was just almost over in that moment. And then while he was sat in the car, a nurse came up and banged on the window. Said his name. And he undone the window and she goes, I'm so, so sorry. We are really, really sorry. Can we just confirm your date of birth? And he said, well, here's my date of birth. And she goes, That's what I thought. We've got the wrong person. So this guy suddenly sat in the car, hasn't got nothing wrong with him. Well, not that wrong with him anyway. And he's ecstatic. He's happy. He jumps out the car. He cuddles the nurse. He's like, yes, my life's amazing. I can't believe it. I'm so damn happy. And in that moment, he was just ecstatic. Everything was... But let me ask you something. What changed? Nothing. He was the same as the night before, same before he heard the news, before he got the phone call. And yet this afternoon he's ecstatically happy. The thing is, we don't realise our happiness is in the normal. Our happiness really is in the everyday routine. Happiness is waking up in the morning when we don't have a cough and cold, when we're just feeling okay. That's happy. And when we realise that's happy, when we realise that line is all we need, our health, just food on the table, things like that. Put my phone on silent because I got someone that keeps messaging me. Yeah, when we got food on the table, when our kids come home from school, when everything is chaotic and a mess, that's normal. That's happy. Because if you imagine a piece of paper now, you can do this week, and I really urge you to do this week. Grab a piece of paper, put a line across the middle, and write happy on it. Then that's normal. That's everyday life. That's how things are going. That's the getting out of bed early. That's the struggle. That's the pain in the evening. That's the just, what we call mundane. That's the happy. And then put a line across the top. That's the real good time. They're the times where we get a new partner, or we win the lottery, or we have some desires and lust and all these other things. We go up there. When we buy a new stereo, or we get some kind of deal that we weren't expecting, that's up there. That's above the line. They're brilliant. They're great. You know, you don't want to go through life without them. But they're temporary. From that centre line, you'll jump up to it. You'll go up to it, and the new relationship will bring you up there, and it'll be brilliant, and it'll be great for a... And then the relationship becomes normal again, a few months in, a few years in, a few decades in, if you're really, really extremely lucky. And then we get to that normal line and we go, oh, life sucks. I want it up there again. I want it up the top. I want the relationship like it was when it first started. No, life isn't up there. That's the problem. But equally, there's the line down the bottom of the page. The debt, the hassle, the illness, the struggling, the pain, the headaches, the in-your-face guys that cut you up in cars, all the other things. That's down the bottom. And we visit them regularly too. And some people live down there. And the people that live down there want to just get up to the happiness. The people that are in the happiness don't want to go down to the bottom. So we're either... So unless we start to live in the middle road and enjoy it and visit the down part and visit the top part, you know, just allow those times to visit our lives. I'm just going to catch up in the comments. Hi, Kimmy. How are you doing? Linda, I hate being at the bottom. Yeah, but we do hate being there. But we won't hate being there so much when we know it's temporary. It comes and goes. Just the same as the desires come and go. The problem is when we're down the bottom, we feel as if it's going to last forever. Get me out of here. I want to be out of here. I don't want to be here. And when we're at the top, we're like, I want to stay here. I just want this moment to last forever. It's just wonderful. I want this time to be here forever. It ain't going to be. It ain't going to be. But I tell you one place that is always there forever. Always. The middle one. That never comes and goes. And how do we get to that middle way? We take a deep breath. And we slow down. And we go, I can see. I can hear. I'm alive. Right now, I'm not up there or down there. I've got all those things to come in my life, but right now, I'm happy. Because there's sure as hell a lot of news out there that you could suddenly wake up to tomorrow that will drop you below that line like a brick. And it will happen. You know, that's part of being alive. The Buddhists say, the original Buddha says, to be alive is to suffer. Primarily because we get so attached to being up the top. Does this make sense? We get so attached to wanting to be happy. And we do see our happiness along the top. That's where we want to be. We want to live in that eternal bliss of at the music concert. Or that amazing feeling inside with a new relationship. You know, we can all remember the first few texts, the letter, you know, when I was a lot younger, it was doing a tape compilation of music for our partners, all the ones that, you know, can anybody remember doing that? You know, perhaps I'm just old, but it felt amazing. And I thought the rest of my life was going to be like that. And it took me years to realise the middle line is where the happiness is. That's not the miserable line. The miserable line can be lived along so much more. You know, there's always lower. There's always worse. You know, one of the quotes is, as long as you can take a breath, there's hope. Absolutely. But sometimes we get stuck along this bottom line with our shame and guilt loop. And we're bumbling along thinking that's our life and that's what it's permanently going to be. It's not. Another way to explain this line, and that is if you had a guy on a park bench that's homeless and you gave him enough money overnight, he won the lottery, enough money overnight to buy a house, get a car, to get a family, have everything he ever wanted, subject to a guy is someone that didn't choose to be homeless, but he's a guy that was down on his luck, he's won everything, and suddenly his life's amazing. 2 days in, you say to him, how's your life? And you go, oh my God, it's amazing. My life's wonderful. See what I've got. I've got a house over my head. I've got a meal I can eat tonight. And then you go back to him in 6 months' time and you say to him, how are you feeling? Are you happy? You go, yeah, I'm alright. I've got bills to pay. I've got to go to work tomorrow. The car broke down last week. You know, suddenly his ecstatic thing has become the norm. But he's still got the house and the food and all the things he didn't have when he was on the park bench. Now then the same in reverse, which is amazing. You take someone that's got everything, got a family, car. He's got the Mercedes. He's got everything he ever wanted. Take it all away. I put him on a park bench. How are you feeling? Crap. Yesterday I had everything and today I've got nothing. Feeling outright crap. You go back to him in 6 months' time. Say, how are you feeling? You go, yeah, I'm alright. had a nice meal last night. Someone come around and give me some money, and you know, it's a bit cold at the moment, but I'm doing all right. We settle for normalness in the happy line. The thing is recognizing that normalness is the happiness. Is the happiness. Because at any point in time, the phone can go with something worse. Believe me. At any point in time, if you've got kids, the phone can go and you can find out some news. And I don't always mean health. It can be little things. You know, we get in the car. Most mornings we drive it to work and we never go, thank you, car. You started again today and you have done for the last 10 days. We get in the car, it doesn't start, and we go, damn car. That car starting in the morning is the happiness. The fact that you got milk in the fridge, or if you haven't, you got money in your pocket to buy some milk, that's happiness. And when we realise that's happiness, suddenly your life becomes blessed. It really does. Because we're not going to stay at the middle. We are going to go up and down. The only almost absolute truth is that middle line's always there. Certainly while we're alive. I don't know what happens afterwards. I have no idea. Don't even have any thoughts about it until now. But while we're alive, the middle ground is the only permanent part that we can go to any time. But we just feel that's not the happiness. And when we realise that is the happiness, our life will change. So this week, get a piece of paper, keep it on the kitchen side, do it with your kids, do it with somebody. Because on Sunday, you can take a picture of some of these pieces of papers. And I'll do one and all that, and I'll show you mine. And write on them when something good happens, and write it somewhere on the piece of paper where that was. The kid brought a certificate home. One of your children brought a certificate home from school. Write down the certificate. And where was it? Up near the happy line, or was it down near the lower line? Can't imagine it would be. Well, you got a bill through the post, put it near the bottom line. If you wake up in a lot of pain, put it near the bottom line. But later on when you do your exercise, or later on when you achieve something, later on when your kid gives you a hug, put that above the line. And you'll realise one thing. The middle line's always there, and all the other things come and go. And it really makes a lot of difference. It really, really does. Thank you. You've just been watching one of my Facebook live shows. Please, if I've helped you in any way, give me a thumbs up. Perhaps a comment in below. Question, anything. I go live on Facebook on my page every Tuesday, Wednesday and Sunday, 7:30 PM UK time. My Facebook page is Your Peace of Mind Coach. Or subscribe to my YouTube channel, weekly videos, giving you a little bit of peace of mind in this crazy world. I'm Steven Webb and I'm your peace of mind coach. Head over to my website, stevenwebb.com. Thank you for watching. You're awesome.